Hey everyone, I hope everyone's doing well. I figured I'd make a video. It's been quite a while, and I figured what I do is make a video that shows some of my new purchases and what I think about these purchases. So I kind of scroll through my feed to see what new pairs I have gotten since the last time that I've made a video. It's might not be all of them, but it should be a bunch of them. And so I figured I'd go through that. So there's been a few different purchases I've made. One of them is the C-IN2 collection. I got two pairs. One of them I consider more of a sport brief cut. It's got a brief back to it with just the waistband in one section and then your front pouch. The other one is a brief as well, but it's a really cool take on the brief because it has this opening on the side. So you got your front, it's similar to a sport cut where the side straps go all the way up to the waistband rather than a little bit of material here. So it's kind of a mix between a jock and a brief. It's like a jock with a back to it because it has these wide waistbands straps to it. And then if I flip it around, maybe you guys can see a better detail of how it just has that little cut opening on each side. Again, just a different take to it. I thought it was a pretty cool style. I absolutely love the colors of both of these pair. I haven't branched out too much in the pink category, so I thought this was a fun splash of pink to change it up in my underwear drawer. I think bold, fun, neon colors is something I find really attractive, and I think it looks really cool. So that's what I gravitated toward when I made these purchases. Overall, very comfortable pairs. I looked at the size chart and they recommended sizing up. I did that, but I think I sized up a little bit too far. The first pairs that I got were too big, specifically in the back, and they took care of me really well. I wrote them, said, hey, I still got the tags. They're just too big. I tried following your instructions, but it looks like it just was a little bit too far. And they wrote me back and said, yep, well, here's a free shipping label for you to return your pairs and we'll send out new ones. And that's exactly what they did. Not every company can pay for you to ship it back to them and then to ship out new free pairs. So I was actually a bit surprised at how much they took care of me. I was kind of expecting to have to pay for some returns, which is not fun, especially when you try to follow the instructions the best you can, but sometimes it just doesn't work out, and I really appreciate their understanding on it. So I think that's a good thing if you guys are considering this brand, is knowing that they take care of their customers. At least in my experience, they did. So moving on, I took a trip to Canada and ended up getting my first Gregg Homme bikini brief style. I have one trunk style, but I don't really consider that like, I feel like Gregg Homme, they specialize in more of the bikini kind of smaller cut. Specifically, their pouch designs are very intricate and detailed, very high quality. I haven't been able to really buy Gregg Homme just because they are at a higher price point, so it's been tough to justify. But I was in Canada and it's a Canada brand, and I was like, and I saw some selections at a store that I visited. I said, shoot, this is the place to do it. Support a small company in Canada, and then of course support a Canada brand of underwear. So I ended up going with these guys. Forgive me, I don't know the exact name of it. I can try to see if I can look it up and put it in the show notes what's cool about these though is it does have a unique pouch on the back side, and how this forms around your package. This is something unique and different than what I'm used to. So I've seen, you know, all sorts of some people call them like a U-bulge technologies. Some people call it like a ball sack. Some people, there's all sorts of names depending on the brand. I think the most common is the lift ones that Andrew Cushion do. Sorry, I'm trying to dig around for one right now. I think I have one right here. So with Andrew Christian, they have these guys here. And sometimes this gets to be a bit small depending on, sometimes I feel like it's just natural luck of what you get. This one doesn't have it. And so basically what I'm getting at is sometimes they are a bit uncomfortable, at least for me. Here, this one, it just seems a bit small sometimes. Sometimes it's not. So I was kind of a bit hesitant about that, but the shape of this Gregg Homme one is more like a oval rather than a, I don't know, it's just a different kind of, I guess it's more like a diamond cut, if you will, with it, a circular diamond cut. People are probably shouting at me at, there's probably a special name for it, but I just can't think of it right now. Regardless, I thought it was roomy enough to fit everything in there and feel comfortable with it. And then it really kind of, you know, really, I don't know what the right word is, specialize, or it really enhances that pouch design. I thought it made it really comfortable. This is some of the most silky, soft material you'll ever feel. So it's nice and lightweight, so you don't notice it. So it's comfortable. It's a nice, sexy cut with just the slim bikini brief style to it. I'm very happy with my purchase. Again, it's a higher purchase than I typically would make. Probably around $40, $35. Oh, I can't remember exactly what I paid for it, but I knew it was a lot. But again, it was just kind of one of those special occasions. So I ended up going for that. See what else I got. I ended up going for this cover mail. This was one of those purchases where I bought, I think, 3 or 4 pairs. And I was really buying it for a few other pairs, and this was kind of like an extra pair in order to meet the shipping minimum to get free shipping. And so I took a flyer on this one, and I thought it was a cool cut. So it has this opening around the legs, and then these little holes here. Nice soft material, very silky as well. Overall, great fit. For me, maybe I'm just right on the tippy top edge of the sizing chart. This particular strap cuts in a little bit on my skin. It digs in a little bit, but it's not horrible, especially when you put jeans over it. Once you do that, then I don't even notice it. So it's more like if I'm just looking at the pair in the mirror, I can kind of see it's just digging in just a touch, but nothing to be concerned about. Again, maybe I'm just stretching that size chart just a little bit. Nice average size pouch, nothing enhancing and too huge, but gives you enough room, and just a standard brief cut back to it. Overall, good pair. I like it. Let's see here, what else we got. So with that, I ended up getting this one as well. This is also one of those, like, just kind of added to get the free shipping kind of thing. Haven't tried this brand yet. I'm horrible at pronouncing all these brand names, so forgive me. Intymen, something along those lines. What I thought was cool about this is the cross stitch or cross elastic on the brief. I thought that was a really cool, it kind of really brings attention to your package, because it kind of crosses right across your package. Typically there isn't like elastic in this section for most briefs. Like this one, there's nothing up top here. So I felt like this kind of brings that out a little bit more, which is cool. Also, another really cool thing is that this has like a mesh stripe pattern to it. It's not very like really mesh, but you can kind of see my hand through it a little bit. So it has a little bit of a see-through element to it, which I thought was a really nice touch to it, just to kind of separate it from any other pair that I have. So overall, good pouch, good material, nice and soft. You know, it's feel like it's not like a high-end brand. It's like right in the middle of the road. I feel like you can get these on Amazon or something as well. I could be wrong, but I like them. I don't think the quality is bad at all. So let's see here. Next, so this was one of my fun pairs. I just wanted to try one of these just to say I tried it, just to say I have one. This, everyone has their own name for it. Some people call it an elephant pouch. But overall, this is a thong style, and it has material that wraps around your package. So let's see if I can push this out a little bit. Forgive me for the crazy camera angles. Kind of doing this all one-handed, but yeah, so basically this pair actually has material that kind of wraps around your package rather than just kind of an overall bulge. It actually is just that thin material, which is totally different than anything else I have. It is a fun pair to have. It is a bit kind of funny just walking around in it. Obviously it makes more sense when you're erect to wear it and use it at that. But what I did kind of find is it's kind of like a double pouch. I don't know if you guys can see this, but there is some material down here, and I actually wore this one during the day, and then you know, during a work day, and when I wasn't erect, this pouch down here made it seem like a normal thong pouch that you wear with anything else, and this material just kind of hung right in front of it. So it looks kind of goofy if you were to actually like show it off that way, but for like functionality during the day, you can wear it like that. And then, you know, I suppose at, you know, nighttime when the mood is appropriate, you can switch to the other pouch. So it's kind of a 2-in-1 pouch, which I thought was really cool. This is a Good Devil thong. When I bought it, the logo halfway disappeared when I opened it from the package, but my thought process was A, I just don't feel like returning it, and B, it's probably going to wear off if I got a new one that had the whole logo anyways, so I really don't care. It is a very silky material, so it's a very soft, silky material, very comfortable. I like it. It's a really fun, again, fun, different style to try out. One of my favorite purchases from this buy, this is the fourth and final pair of one of my, I think it was Labor Day. I always get Labor Day and Memorial Day switched up, but I think it was a Labor Day special. This pair, I think it's called like a halfback, something to that. I don't know if they actually have it. No, they don't. Again, I can try to put it in the show notes and look it up, but Agacio, I've been really impressed with this brand. So I don't consider this brand to be like a high-end brand, at least when I was starting to look into it, but so far I feel like this brand has really delivered. Really like the softness of this one. Again, it's more of a silky-ish kind of material. Polyester is, you know, I don't know, polyester, that's probably the wrong material, but very silky, soft to the touch. But what I love most about it is the back cut. So it is more of a cheeky pair. So I don't know if you guys remember on one of my previous videos, I think I pulled out something like one of these guys. And this is a cheeky pair as well. The thing with this pair is that the elastic isn't strong enough on the top. So for me, it tend to slouch way down in the back and become more like a standard brief rather than that half cheeky cut that it's intended to. So I wanted to find a pair that had a little bit more of a stronger waistband on the top, but still had the cheeky back to it. And that's exactly what this pair delivers. So it definitely has that inner cut rather than your typical brief that has an outer cut. And so it cuts across the butt just a little bit more and shows a little bit more of the cheeks of your backside, which is a really sexy, fun feel that I think is really cool. It's just, again, something a little bit different. And then for me, I feel like this pouch is perfect. An absolute amazing pouch, nice shape to it, nice roomy style. So to me, this is like the perfect cheeky pair. So definitely like 10 out of 10. Love this one. Definitely go get yourself a pair if you want something a little bit different. But still kind of feels similar to a brief. Okay, so another one that I kind of spoiled myself on is this is the Jack Adams brief. This is, I want to say it's like Next to Naked or something along those lines. I forget the actual collection brand. I'm really bad at that, obviously. You can tell that from this video. But this one is, again, one of those pairs I've been waiting probably years to buy because I am such a, I don't know, I guess I'm just cheap. And I find a really tough time spending the money on one pair of underwear, you know. Same thing with the Gregg Homme. I mean, I've spent years looking at Gregg Homme, but I've never been able to pull the trigger just because it's so tough to throw $30 or $40 into one pair. I'm more the $10 to $15, which is still more than probably the average guy who gets, you know, a multi-pack at Walmart or something. But so this is a more expensive pair. I waited until this was on sale for like 35% off. And then I finally pulled the trigger, and even with that, it just paid for like shipping and maybe a little bit more. But this is definitely, I mean, if you're going to spend the money and you're not sure if you're going to get a really great pair or not, I would say this is the one to do it on because you're going to get a great pair. It's made out of Tencel material, which is an absolute soft, very lightweight material. So it breathes really well, and it makes it feel like you're wearing nothing, but you get the support that underwear provides. So I love the black on black, by the way, with the waistband. I think that's a nice, sexy style to it. But yeah, overall, great pair. And I definitely recommend, I know a lot of people like Patrick on the UNB podcast, this is like his favorite pair. And so I've been wanting to get one forever, and I finally pulled the trigger, and I'm glad I did. It's an awesome pair. All right, moving on. Let's see here. What else do I got? So this is something fun. This is my first bodysuit. So this one, it's a bodysuit thong style, and this is made out of Modal. And so it's a very soft material. I mean, if you thought Modal for underwear was great, imagine having it cover your whole body. I mean, it's essentially like like a tank top or like a t-shirt, not a t-shirt, it's like an undershirt style to it, so you can wear it for undershirt purposes, and then it gives you the thong style at the bottom. So essentially it's like a undershirt that stays tucked in. It's never going to untuck because it's your underwear and your t-shirt all built as one, which I think is really cool. So then you're probably wondering, if you're not familiar with bodysuits, what happens when you have to go to the bathroom. So basically all they have are these two buttons that connect right at the bottom, and I buttoned one and I kept one open so you can kind of see what it looks like. Overall, I mean, it took a little practice the first time to kind of like feel where the buttons are, and get them snapped together. Overall, it's not too bad once you do it once or twice. And then the next question you're probably asking about is comfort. They kind of sew over it, so the material is over the buttons, so you don't feel it, or at least I don't feel it. I think there's some people that have reviewed these and they feel it, but I cannot tell at all. So it's easy when you're putting it on to unbutton those, slip it over your head, and then button that afterwards. That's probably the easiest way to put it on. Overall, this is a really fun style. I'll flip it over to kind of show the back side. And this is not, so some bodysuits have a higher cut on the side. I feel like this has like a standard waist height cut to the back side. So I don't think it's definitely not a high cut. So overall it looks something like that. And I think for me, it sits right at my waistline, right where my pants are. So I would say, I don't know, 75% of the time when I bend over, you can't see that I'm wearing a thong cut to the back of it, but maybe if I bend over really far, maybe you'll start to see a little bit of skin on the edges. But it's been a great pair. I really like it. Modal is definitely the way to go as far as the material. Absolute quality at its best, and so comfortable. So this one I've been waiting for to go on sale forever, and it was, I feel like they originally were like $50, $57, $56 originally, and I got it for like, I don't know, 27 or something. So I finally went for it. All right, last but not least, something I actually just got in the mail today, and that would be these little guys. So these are kind of like the opposite of garter belts that a lot of women wear with stockings. These actually go up rather than down. So these are actually meant to hold an undershirt down. So if you're not wearing the bodysuit and you want to wear a pair of underwear, but you're tired of your undershirts untucking out of your pants during the day, this is kind of a fun solution. So I saw this on someone's Instagram page, and I thought it looked really sexy, combined with like a jock strap or a thong. And I think that's probably what I'm going to do every once in a while. Gave these a shot just a little bit before I did this video. I just bought these guys on Amazon. They weren't very expensive, maybe $10, $5, somewhere like that. It's not the highest quality, I will admit. These clips are a bit tough to get open. And when you have to go to the bathroom, you have to unclip them in order to, if you need to go number 2, you have to unclip them and everything, and that gets to be a bit annoying, but it's still, it serves a purpose if you need it to, right? And then on top of it, just having more straps and stuff, I think is really fun. So that's why I want to give them a shot. I think especially for like nice dress shirts and stuff like that, where you don't want dress shirts hanging out, this is going to be a good solution. I do have some thinner jean material that I just got recently, and I'm a bit worried about everything showing through the pants. So it might be better with thicker pants, but overall I put them on, and I put on the thinner jeans, and it didn't really show through too much, especially if you don't know they're there. Then I don't think you're looking for them. So I'm not too concerned about that. There are different adjustments on each one. There's adjustment around the leg. I felt like everything pretty much stayed in place. I kept these kind of loose because ultimately I just want them to keep my shirt down, but it doesn't need to be like stretched super tight, in my opinion. The other thing to think about is where you got to position them. You've got to turn these guys and have it just so that they're clipping at the right spot. I noticed when I wore them for a little while that when I sat down to eat dinner, that one of these clips was on my backside, and it kind of hurt a little bit. After I got up, I kind of was like, oh, there's that metal thing that I've been sitting on for the last, half an hour, 45 minutes. So you want to definitely arrange them in the right spot, maybe to the left and right side of your butt or something along that. So that's not an issue. Probably the only other thing is in the wintertime, I could see maybe this getting a bit cold against your skin. So another option when it is cold and you really want to wear these is maybe to wear some boxer briefs, something that provides some material around the legs so that this is against material rather than right against your skin. I did notice that every once in a while it gets a little bit cooler today. So those are some thoughts about those. Let me know if you guys have any questions, remarks, and I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks, bye.